There is an art to standing still while the world collapses around you. The Stoics knew this better than anyone. They understood what modern man has forgotten, that true power comes not from controlling the storm, but from becoming the eye within it. The unshakable center, where all chaos breaks against your will, like waves against a cliff. Imagine your mind as that cliff. The higher tides of circumstance may erode weaker stone, but you are granite forged through centuries of pressure. When betrayal comes like a sudden squall, you don't splinter. When loss strikes like lightning, you don't burn, you weather, you endure. Not through suppression, but through the quiet mastery of perspective. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire in flames with this knowledge. While lesser men panicked at barbarian hordes and political treachery, he simply opened his journal and wrote words that would outlast marble monuments. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This is the first and final lesson. The storm will always rage. The oak simply decides whether to bend or break. The Stoics didn't avoid suffering. They walked through it like a blacksmith walks through fire, knowing the flames would only temper their steel. When Epictetus was dragged into slavery, he didn't waste breath cursing his chains. He studied them, learned their weight, then used that knowledge to build a philosophy that would outlive his captors. An obstacle is only a prison if you refuse to see the key in your hand. This is why they practiced premeditatio malorum, not as an exercise in pessimism, but as mental inoculation. Like a sailor preparing his ship before the storm hits, they understood what you must now accept. Fear loses its fangs when you've already survived it in your mind. Visualize your worst-case scenario. Walk through its corridors. Then build your escape routes before the walls collapse. The prepared mind cannot be ambushed. Your thoughts are the architects of your reality. Most people let theirs run wild like untamed horses, dragging them wherever panic dictates. The Stoic bridles these beasts with iron discipline. When the world screams for your attention, you answer with silence. When emotions surge like a riptide, you plant your feet in the bedrock of reason. This isn't repression, it's the ultimate act of self-ownership. And always, always remember your mortality. Not as morbid fixation, but as the whetstone that sharpens your purpose. Death whispers the same question every morning. Is what you're doing today worthy of being your legacy? Let that question carve away the trivial until only the essential remains. The Stoics kept skulls on their desks not to worship death, but to honor life by making every moment count. This is the unbreakable code, not complex theories, but simple truths hammered into the mind like rivets into armor. The world will test you, it always does. But now you know the secret. The storm doesn't determine your fate. Only your stance does. So breathe deep, square your shoulders, and when the winds howl their loudest, smile knowing you were built for this.